In today's video, I created Spider-Man's Brookhaven, built several buildings, put classic enemies, and a lot of bizarre things happen. Okay, guys, I'm already in Roblox Studio to start modifying Brookhaven and turn it into SPIDERHAVEN. And as we always do, let's start by researching items to use in our Brookhaven. And the first thing I'm going to put in is going to be a Spider-Man morph, and I'm going to put it right here to be close to the respawn. I hope this morph works because he is very beautiful. But in case this morph doesn't work, I'll put another morph on the side so we have more options, right? One of Spider-Man's most important characteristics is that he climbs walls, so we need to put some really high walls for him to climb here at Brookhaven, right? Coincidentally, I've already found a building that even has Spider-Man attached to it. I just need to reposition the building so that it fits correctly on this terrain. Alright, we have a building for Spider-Man, but he's going to need a lot of other buildings to be able to use the web to get around town. So I'm going to look for buildings here in the search tab. And luckily, we have several options for us to build in Brookhaven. One of the buildings that caught my attention the most was this one because it looks like those buildings they have in New York, right? And since this building is already very tall, I'm going to put it in this place to make it even bigger and cooler. Wow! That's what I call a skyscraper. The other building that caught my eye was this one, but it's a little small, isn't it? That's why I'm going to increase its size a lot so that it becomes a giant building. This is exactly the type of building we need, but there are still many more buildings to put in for Brookhaven to become a perfect city for Spider-Man. Okay, I built several more buildings so Spider-Man can climb walls and swing on the web. And look how cool! I even put the Roblox building in here. Isn't that cool? I like the result, but a superhero city needs more than just a few buildings, so I'm going to put some Spider-Man villains here on Brookhaven. First villain is a classic, the great and feared Venom. Along with the Venom that I chose came the other symbiote, the Carnage, which still hasn't become an enemy of Spider-Man in the movie, but in the comic, they are great enemies. And since Venom is a cool villain, nothing is fairer than us putting a morph of him here in Brookhaven too. And in case this morph doesn't work, I'll put another one here just in case. Since we're talking about Spider-Man enemies, of course, I can't forget about the Green Goblin. Let's make some adjustments to it and put it in the air since it's flying. Right? Besides, I'm going to spread more of his little balls around here like he just attacked Brookhaven's police station. And in case you don't know exactly what these little balls are, they're explosives that the Green Goblin uses against Spider-Man. And for the Green Goblin's attack to be more realistic, we can put some fire particles here on top of the police station so that it looks like he really attacked Brookhaven police station. I'm also going to set more Brookhaven vehicles on fire because Spider-Man's enemies aren't just destroying the police station, are they? I will even put a completely destroyed plane, which the Green Goblin himself shot down. I'm going to set a few more cars on fire, and even set these 2 trees in Brookhaven Square on fire to make this all more real, right? I even put some inhabitants of the city who unfortunately did not survive the attack, like this guy here who is still on fire. Poor thing. But it's not over yet, because there are more Spider-Man friends for us to put in Brookhaven, like Rhino. Wait, what? It's not that Rhino. Ah, now yes, it's that Rhino. I know he's pretty ugly, but he's also an enemy of Spider-Man, so I'm going to leave him right there, and I'm going to increase his size a little so he's more frightening. I put some cracks under it to give the impression that it breaks the ground where it goes, but honestly, those cracks don't look like crack, but I think you understand what I wanted to do here, right? The next enemy is Sandman, but unfortunately, I haven't found exactly the same Sandman who is Spider-Man's enemy, but I guess that's okay, right? Around him, I'm going to put a lot of sand, because that's his power. I just need to reduce the size of the sand a little bit, because it's too big and that's it. The Sandman is almost perfect. I'm also going to put Electro, who is an enemy of the Amazing Spider-Man. And bro, have you ever stopped to think about how many enemies Spider-Man has? How bizarre! Electro is another one of those villains that can fly, so I'm going to put him in midair. I also put some electricity particles, so he looks even more powerful. I'm going to place that power exactly on top of his arm, like a 𝐂𝐥𝐤𝐤 from Dragon Ball. And guys, this power is very sinister. I'm sure this could defeat Spider-Man. And the last enemy of Spider-Man that we still need to put in Brookhaven is the Vulture, which is this old bald man. And guys, this villain is so bad. He doesn't even have power. He just has these robotic wings. Bruh! I think this amount of destruction and enemies is more than enough, right? But of course, we still need to play Spider-Man to defend the city. And our first Spider-Man is going to be Iron Spider. I'll put him here fighting Venom since he is the most protected of all because he has an iron armor made by Tony Stark. I'm going to put 3 Spider-Man against Electro because he's very powerful. And these 3 Spider-Man are the 3 Spider-Man from the Marvel movie. And speaking of movies, of course, Miles Morales Spider-Man cannot be missing, who is nothing more than the protagonist of the Spider-Verse. Okay, I think this amount of Spider-Men spread around here is enough to defend the city. And because of this battle, it is obvious that the Brookhaven would be full of cobwebs strewn all over the place. I'm going to put the web in the central locations of Brookhaven to stand out. And that's it. I think this amount of web is enough. Now that I've made all the changes I wanted, we can go into SPIDERHAVEN to test all the changes and see if everything is working as it should. I'm already here inside SPIDERHAVEN, and it's time to explore the map to see what's going on here. And well, for starters, I have a grappling hook in my inventory, but I'm only going to test it later because we couldn't even use it here in Brookhaven Square anyway. Okay, let's test the Spider-Man and Venom morphs to see if any of them are working. I'll start with this morph because he's really cool. Okay, I guess it didn't work. And that other morph, will it work? Shoot, why is it so hard to find a morph that works? Do any of Venom's morphs work? Okay, first one didn't work. What about the second morph? Yeah, it doesn't work either. Wait, it finally loaded. What? Did you load the skin again? How bizarre! Okay, now that we're Spider-Venom, we can finally explore Spider-Man's Brookhaven. Look how funny! I put a play bucket in the sand here at Sandman, and he must have been angry with me. Look how angry his eyes are. One cool but sad thing is that those noobs that were on fire are still alive. So they are still alive, but suffering a lot. I, unfortunately, don't have water control powers to help this noob. One thing that turned out really cool here is this battle between Venom and Spider-Man in armor, but I was a little wrong with Venom's size. So looking at the 2 side by side, you can see the absurd difference in size. Carnage is cool. He just destroyed this tank, so he's not really in the mood for a fight right now. Rhino hasn't changed much. He's smashing cars in the ground. Nothing out of the ordinary. Wait, what? I lost my mind. How did this happen? In this place here at the police station, I put a completely bizarre man. I don't know which Spider-Man this one was supposed to be, but he's really weird. Here we have these little green goblin balls. That surprisingly, we can hold it in our hand, and we can use it, and it turns all white. Why is that? What? I got blown up by the little ball. My god, bro, I didn't know these little balls actually exploded. I thought it was decorative. I'm going to get one more of those balls, and I'm going to try to blow this noob up. I put the ball in the noob, and now run a lot. Wow, this is amazing. The noob was completely shattered. As you can see, the green goblin just disappeared from this location, but it's because he flew forward, and now he's buggy in this building. I'm thinking, can this rocket fire from the green goblin damage me? I will come very close. Bizarre. The ball explodes, but the rocket fails to hit me. It makes no sense. Okay, we finally got to the big battle against Electro. And guys, as you can see, one of us Spider-Man has lost his mask. In fact, he didn't just lose his mask, but his entire face as well. And Electro couldn't handle all the power of the Janky Dama and let the energy ball fall to the ground. What a waste of power. He could defeat all Spider-Man with that blow, but he wasn't strong enough. Obviously, I'm going to test if this ball of energy does me damage, right? So let's get really close to the ball. Wait, what happened? Did I absorb the power of the ball? Wow! Now I have the power of Electro. Cool! I honestly wasn't expecting this, but I'm glad it happened. How cool! Look at the size of my power. I'm looking like an anime character. I'm absorbing the power of all Spider-Man's enemies. This is amazing! I already have the green goblin balls and the electricity. What else do we need to defeat Goku? One thing I haven't shown you yet is these buildings, and taking the opportunity, it's time for us to test Spider-Man's grappling hook. This hook is supposed to work like a Spider-Man's web. Let's see if this will actually work. Okay, I'm trying to shoot the web with several buttons, but nothing is happening. Unlike the other powers, with just a mouse click I explode a ball or gain electrical power. Okay, even if the web doesn't work, I can show you the buildings using our drone. For starters, the first Spider-Man we put in, unfortunately, fell off the building, and I don't think he's doing well. These other buildings turned out really cool and made the Brookhaven look like a big city. And guys, unfortunately, this video is over, but there are 2 few other super cool videos for you to watch on the screen. Thank you so much to everyone who watched the video until the end. See you in the next video.